Welcome back to Big Boss Mare with Brandy Von Holten. Today I have a special guest named Kim Abney Shrader. Now Kim owns a restaurant, or not a restaurant, she owns a clothing boutique.
That restaurant would not be successful.
She said, she is skinny. Cook. There might be a reason why she says she can't cook. But she owns a clothing boutique, and it's called Shabby2Chic Boutique. So let's get to know Kim a little bit better. All right, so Kim, here we go. You are a 1967 model, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and you're a good-looking 1967 model.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, girl, you were rocking it.
3 days ago, you would not have said that.
Oh, man. I see pictures of myself, and I'm all like, I feel like I should apologize to my husband. Like, thank you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for, wanting to do grown folk stuff with me, because I look rough sometimes. And then I either look like somebody's, German grandmother that's going to make homemade bread, or I look hot. There is nothing in between.
I understand. Believe me.
Yeah.
Get the Hot Mess Express, you get the boutique owner that looks like she owns a clothing store.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I look homeless or hot. Nothing in the middle.
There you
go. So, Kim, I love to do these podcast interviews because it allows people to know the person behind them. Okay, so first of all, before we even started doing this interview, she came into my store and she's like, "Whoa, retail therapy." She got a couple of cups with some. I have cups that are for sale that have some saucy sayings.
I love them.
Yeah, I love saucy sayings.
I love it because it says Big Boss Mare.
Big Boss Mare. I actually trademarked that. Isn't that cool?
Good for you.
I couldn't trademark Boss Mare because it was too generic. So I'm like, you know what? Big Boss Mare, everybody thinks it's because of my size, but it has nothing to do with my size.
It's your personality.
Yeah, it's big. Well, you have a big personality. It's not about the size of the mare, it's the size of the boss.
Yes.
And that's what we're talking about. Yes. Bosses in our horse herd, my smallest horse is the mare. She's the big boss mare, most definitely.
See?
So, anyways, okay. You came in, you got a knife, you got a planner, you got a couple of games, you got the cups, and you got barbecue sauce. You're my first. Okay, so we like to partner with other businesses. We love supporting USA products, because if we don't do it, then who the heck's going to do it,
exactly.
Right? And you didn't know that this restaurant was around, and you're a local girl, and they opened up last May, so they're not open for a year. I don't know when you're listening to this podcast, but it's called Patio 52. It's in a town called Stover. It is law enforcement owned, and then they have a barbecue sauce that they brought on a combat veteran for, and you're my first person to sell my first bottle to. So I love that because of the combinations of the businesses that had to happen for that to happen, for that whole transaction to
it's
conspire.
All about supporting local.
Yep.
Because if we can't support local, then who else is our backbone?
Right.
So, and I love barbecue sauce. My husband needs it to cover up my cooking. So there we go.
Oh, my gosh. No. You know what? Yeah. And with you and I being female entrepreneurs, man, if we don't do it, then who's going to do it?
Exactly.
Oh, my Lord. Do you know how many things I do because I have difficulty with staffing? I have difficulty with, and if I do have staff, it's limited time, but nobody's ever going to care as much as you do about your own business.
Hello. You said it right there.
Yep.
It's not the same.
And not that they're a bad employee. Not that my employees, girl, I will go to bat for them, but it's still Von Holten Ranch.
Exactly.
It's still,
your name is on the line. You could have the best employee, but when it comes down to taking that customer complaint or who's got to deal with whatever, it's you.
Oh, yeah. So the other day, my assistant, I had her go through our phone calls and everything and see if there was things she could do, and then we had a message, and it was someone hot. Okay, and I was like, oh, Lord. Okay, I was like, let me do this one. Okay, so I did it, and then she was like, wow, because the lady's complaint was valid, And she wasn't able to get a certificate for going through one of the classes that was offered here. But she is eligible. The certificate had been misplaced, and I don't know if I had given it to a friend to give it to her or if I had misplaced it. So I was like, boom, we'll get you another certificate, girl, because you deserve it because you went through that course.
Exactly.
And she was like, wow. And then before she got off the phone with me, she's coming back for a week and going to take another course. But, that I have to go into those fires, and I'm ready to get, people will chew on me for a second until they realize that I'm here to fix it. Exactly. I'm here to do whatever, as much as I can fix it, I will fix it.
Well, and it means a lot to them that you return their phone call, that you didn't pass it off to someone else.
Mm-hmm. Or if I didn't say, you know what, that thing's already been printed, you're going to have to locate it. You can't do that stuff. No, because business is 80% people, 20% product.
Exactly.
That is, you have to be, it doesn't matter if I'm selling horseback riding, day camps, if I'm selling the wedding barn, doesn't matter if I'm selling trail riding and a camping experience or boarding here, or if I'm selling one of my children's books. I write children's books. And now with my husband's products, he has puzzles that he's made, wooden puzzles. He's done this online subscription where he sends them the product and then they build with him through video. But it's not about the product. It is about what we do for the person.
The relationship.
It is the relationship. So before we get into your business, because I love it, I have some of your clothes. Even with me being a big girl, she got some big girl T-shirts. Hey. Okay. But I'm hoping one of these days to confuse people whenever they meet me and they're like, big boss mare, that girl's little. I hope to confuse them, just be like, it's not the size of the mare, it's the size of the boss.
That's right.
Can't wait to confuse people. Anyways, okay, so you graduated in a town. You graduated high school in 1985.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eons ago.
No. You're in from a town called Hughesville.
North of Sedalia.
Don't
blink, you will miss it.
If you blink or if you change the song on your radio, you might miss it.
Yes.
So, and then you went to college from there and you got an associate's in what?
Accounting.
Do you use that today?
Every day you use accounting.
Yes.
Let me tell you, just to balance your checkbook.
Oh, yeah. I have a degree in biology with a minor in physics, and then I have a degree in criminal justice and my master's in teaching. And do you know what? If I could do it over, I would be bilingual. I would have a degree in Spanish.
Yes.
And then I would have a degree in marketing and then maybe like a computer course or something. I don't know what I would have. But if you were like, oh man, wish I had a degree in something else, is there anything you'd like to have?
Definitely marketing.
Marketing, yes.
And this is terrible. I wished I would have taken FFA.
Oh, yeah.
Because FFA teaches leadership and all of those things. I think it's just a good foundation for any student. And that's one thing. My sister took it, but yet I don't know. I'm a big supporter for FFA.
Well, you know what? With looking at your clothesline, which are very trendy, it's called Shabby2Chic Boutique. I think you should have started the FDA. Do you know what the FDA is?
Oh, Sarah.
Future Divas of America.
I love it. FDA. I love it. Okay. I got to remember that.
Oh, my gosh.
FDA. I love it.
FDA. So you went into college. Where did you go to college at?
State Fair.
State Fair Community College. Man.
Yep.
Okay. State Fair Community College they have grown so much. Even with me being here, I love that we have a community college here in our county.
Do you remember? You probably don't.
I'm not from here.
I remember that. Yeah. It used to be called Plywood U back in my day because the admissions office was like plywood.
Oh, okay. So this was like a little slang name.
It was a slang name. Yeah. And I mean, no disrespect.
Yeah.
No disrespect. It's just look what they have developed and how many great people and community members that have given back to make it succeed. And I have people that come into my store and they're like, yeah, we go to State Fair. I'm like, where are you from? And they're like out of state that are coming to State Fair Community College.
Well, they're doing a lot with industrial technologies and all sorts of things there. And then, like, I know they have like I think they have like a CDL or there's some kind of backing program.
They do because of Disfield.
Yeah. And then I'm involved there. There's something called 1 Million Cups. And 1 Million Cups is for entrepreneurs that there's idea behind it is how much business could happen over 1 million cups of coffee. So 1 million cups is in a whole bunch of different communities. But that was my first one to present at, and they've had me back several times as like reunions. And now we had my husband present with his business. Cool. So, I mean, like 1 million, we've presented in multiple towns like Columbia, Springfield, and we just got picked up to do Kansas City.
Awesome.
Yeah. So 1 Million Cups is something that State Fair Community College does. I went to a play there not too long ago. My friend, she was my hairdresser for 10 years, and her daughter is attending State Fair in the theater department, and so we went and watched a play. I haven't watched a play since probably 2005, and it was a middle school play. So it was my first like adult play to watch. They did a good job. They do an
awesome job. They have a great just facility overall.
Yeah. So anyway, so there's State Fair Community College. You know, you can send your plug money to 304. No, I'm joking.
Well, let's take it one other step. Because of the A+ program that is in the local schools, I think that has really helped build State Fair's enrollment too.
Yep.
If you meet that criteria. So I think that helps too. Sorry.
No. Okay, so here we go. I'll tell you weird thing. Okay, so State Fair Community College is near the fairgrounds.
Yes.
Okay, so the Missouri State Fair is in the town of Sedalia, and your business is right across from the state fairgrounds.
Yes.
Okay, so do you know? Okay, so here's something weird. Okay, so we have this trail riding facility. People come here and they camp, and then we basically have 4 businesses. We have the trail facility, we have the wedding venue, and then we have Big Boss Mare Productions, and then we have Building with David. Okay, so we have 4 businesses. So people come here for all sorts of things, right? They thought that the state fairgrounds, because it's got a perimeter fence, and then the buildings are brick and they're further off. Do you know what a lot of our clients thought that was? Prison.
Oh my gosh. Seriously?
We've had so many people come here and they're like, is this town safe? And I was like, heck yeah, this town's safe. We like 70% conservative around here. Like, you safe. We all about the Second Amendment, okay?
Yeah.
And they're like, what about that prison that's in the middle of the town? And I was like, what? What are you and I was like, oh, that's the state fairgrounds.
Oh my gosh. I've never heard that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these people are coming, you know, from out of state.
Yeah, because you had a lot of ladies from Oklahoma when you came to the store.
And they're like, oh, it makes sense. They're like, they got a fence around it. And I was like, yeah, they just got to have a you got to have safety, and you got to,
and at certain times of the year, they use inmates to help with labor. So, yeah.
And those inmates have done a great job. I know they're not hardcore inmates. They are local inmates, but they're working out their time. And you know what? A lot of people are able to rehabilitate. And I love that they're able to help bring so much joy to people with how well that fairgrounds is taken care of.
That's true.
Y'all should come here for July 4th. The fireworks display that's on the Missouri State Fairgrounds is ridiculous. It's beautiful.
It is. They go all out. And that goes back to the city of Sedalia.
Yeah. The city of Sedalia is rocking and rolling. You know, my husband told me, like, whenever he and I first met, we met in like 03, 04, somewhere around there. And then he was here and he was just like, he felt like the town was kind of stuck in a rut. And we kind of feel like maybe there was a lot of people that didn't want it to grow. Mm-hmm. And now that is not the case. Now there are so many rockin' and rollin' businesses, and there's so much financial growth going on in our area. and it's such a beautiful thing to be part of. I mean, here we are. I own a trail riding facility, and I have a clothing boutique owner that's right here doing a podcast with us. You know, they would think that I'm too busy out there riding horses with a piece of hay in my mouth. You know what I mean? And they would think
she spit that out before we started.
Oh, yeah. And they would probably think, oh, a clothing store lady, she's probably too uppity to come out to the country. And they don't even know that you're married to a farmer.
Exactly.
So,
was a farm girl.
Yeah.
Said I would never date a farmer.
Oh.
And here I am.
You know what? So my whole family, we're kind of rough stock. You know, they were kind of rough stock. And I was so messed up in my head at 18, 19 years old. And I wanted to kind of separate from I wanted to move up in the world. And I was like, I don't want to marry a guy unless, okay, you ready for my checklist, my 18-year-old checklist? You ready?
Let's hear it.
This is rough. You ready? Okay. This is so dumb. I wanted them to have already been married and have children, so they didn't ask me to have kids. So I wanted to be second marriage wife because I was like, okay, a lot of times they've got a learning curve. I want a man, whenever I get married, I want to stay with him, okay? And the second thing was I wanted them to have a college degree, okay? So that was like, you got to have at least a college degree. And then I was like, you know what? I kind of like that tan skin. Maybe some Puerto Rican, maybe something, you know.
Some little spice.
A little spice in the life. I mean, but I was like, I love the color, kind of like whatever. Like, oh my gosh, my college boyfriend, he called me strawberry and I called him paper sack. Okay, because he was like constantly tan. He was beautiful. And then he made fun of me because I was so country. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're so goofy. But now I'm all like, that was the dumbest list in the world.
Isn't that terrible?
I mean,
what we have preconceived that, no, I don't want to marry a farmer because he works all the time.
Yeah. And now you love your farmer.
Now I love my farmer.
And I love my David Von Holten. He's the color of whiteout, okay? He's got whiteout that fell in the dirt during the summer. That's his color, okay? And he's just he's a German. This good old white boy,
yeah.
And he's never been married before, and we don't have any children. And then he didn't finish his college degree, but he was going to get a 2-year degree in mechanic, you know, mechanicking or whatever you would say that. But I was so dumb, and now I tell people like, I wish I had a degree in this, or I don't know if I would have went to college for all those years. I mean, I'm still paying on that.
Yes.
You know, I'm not even actively using those in my career. I do use the knowledge that I gained, but it's not in the careers that I had thought I would go in. So I didn't know anything. I thought I knew it all. I didn't know nothing. I don't know if anybody else has the list that they had to have to marry, and they're like, oh, yeah, turned out different. I see things on TikTok where it's all like, here was my high school or my love. You know, it's the celebrities and then who they end up marrying, and they're like, didn't get that one right at all.
Nope. Sometimes you don't, but you learn from experience.
Well, and David is perfect for me.
And Steve is for me. We balance each other, I think, and he's so supportive.
Yep.
And that's the biggest thing.
Oh, my husband, like, you know, he used to be a little bit afraid of some of my big adventures, you know, not like I was going to get hurt. No, we're talking about like, I created an equine logbook, and he was so worried that it was like, oh my gosh, you spent several $100s getting this printed. And then my first children's books, I bought thousands of copies to be sold, you know, and now my books have paid for the printing cost, you know, and then I still have books to sell. And then my equine logbooks, we've reordered at least 20 times. You know?
See, sometimes you have to take a risk.
Yeah, I used to scare him. He's not afraid now.
See?
Yeah, because he's like, go for it, girl.
That's kind of the opposite of Steve and I. He's the risk taker. Mm-hmm. I'm more conservative. And that's just like in this new building that I moved into. I'm like, oh, no, I can't afford that. You'll figure it out. You have to do this. There's no option. You have to do this.
Well, and you know what? With business, it seems like you have to think and make decisions on where you want to be. If you think and make decisions on where you're at, that's where you're going to be at.
Exactly. You hit it right on the head there.
Today I did, I'm today on social media, I had posted like, hey, let me hear your books. Like I need new reading material. I want to know about investment. I want to hear success stories. I want to hear stories where people had money, they lost it, and then they come back and what they would have done differently. Some people learn through words and some people learn through scars. Mm-hmm. I want to learn through words.
Not scars.
I don't want to, and scars, I mean like financial devastation or something, Mm-hmm. I don't want to do the same mistakes. Like, everybody always thinks they're special, but there's a lot of things that you can, I could learn something from somebody that has a donut shop, or I can learn something from somebody that has a grooming shop, because it's some of the same concepts. You just got to be willing to learn.
Exactly. And listen and implement.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, and implement. You know how many people always prepare, but then they just don't make that jump to do it.
Exactly.
Do it. I mean.
And that's what Steve did. He kicked me in the butt and said, you're going to do it.
Okay. So let's go back. So you had a 2-year degree in accounting. Then you had a couple of kids. You got a boy and a girl.
Got a boy and girl. Best thing in life is kids.
No grandbabies yet.
We're working on that. We got one getting married in less than 2 months.
Okay.
So, yep. Maybe by this time next year, I can say I'm going to be a grandma.
Oh, my gosh. I hope it's a girl.
Oh, I'll be happy as long as they're healthy, because the little boy, I can buy the John Deere stuff.
Yeah. But, man, with a grandma or a nana or a Grammy, whatever you're going to be called, okay, having a clothing boutique called Shabby2ChicBoutiques, that baby would be glammed up.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
I need you to listen to one of my previous podcasts from a lady named Hannah, and it used to be Ferguson, Hannah Perry. She makes custom baby clothes. Oh,
okay.
They're ridiculous. You don't have to write.
Writing that name down. Hannah Perry.
Her stuff is ridiculous.
Okay.
I mean, she has this thing called a bummy, which covers up the diaper, and then she's got this big old head wrap that matches it, and then she's got blue jeans that flare out for babies that have like Wrangler and stuff.
Yes.
It's ridiculous. Okay. I don't even have a baby, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to buy baby clothes because they're just so cute.
Oh, okay.
So both your kiddos live in Colorado, and they've been there since the middle of the 2000s.
Yep.
And so your daughter went to move off, and your son was like, you're not moving there by yourself. You got to have some family.
Exactly. So my son went after her, or went with her. She's in healthcare. He's in agriculture. So they're living their best life out there. The only sad thing is it's like 10 hours away from me.
Right. And Colorado is beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I went there and taught I'm a mounted archery instructor. Okay, like actually shooting a bow and arrow from my animal at a full run. I drop the reins, and I've even got pictures of me shooting an arrow that's on fire.
Oh my gosh, Brandy. You just amaze me with all your talents.
Well, no, it's, you know what it is I never had kids, and I didn't ever treat my ADHD. I just let it go into a million little.
I love that.
Don't medicate it. Don't try to shut it down. Work with it.
There you go.
But Colorado, I went there and taught a clinic, and it was just what a. You need a vacation in Colorado, especially if you're a nature lover.
Yes,
it's just beautiful there.
Yeah.
So now then, let's go back to this husband. Okay, you've been married for 7 years. Okay, so
2 years. We've been together 7 years.
Oh, you've been married for 2 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
It took me a while to okay, we'll do it.
Okay. Well, and so we know that there was a previous round, and now you got it figured out. So
that's right.
There we go. So this husband, though, he is not just a farmer you've talked about, and not only the gutsy one that's like, do it, girl, but he is a paraplegic.
That is correct.
So explain how that right there works with him, because he's a full-time farmer still.
Full-time farmer.
He is the definition of country tough.
You are exactly right. Mm-hmm. Country tough. He's my Superman, is what I say. He got hurt when he was in 22. Mm-hmm. That his determination never stopped. He has learned how to overcome and adapt. None of the equipment other than the trucks he drives has hand controls. And the guys will like lift him up in the tractor. Yeah. You know, if you're familiar with farm implement, most of it's all ran with your hands anyway.
Right.
So he hauls the grain to the grain, the grain elevators or the bins, wherever he's going. And then he drives the combine. I mean, he's not a farm manager. He's the farm doer. He's not happy unless he's in that tractor or that combine doing it himself or out with the cattle. I mean, that's kind of like our Sundays is our days to go check cattle, and he's right there.
Okay. So it's Kim Abney
Shrader.
And he's the Shrader.
He's the Shrader.
Okay. So you're, with you being a local girl, you have one sister, and then your parents were farmer. You said your daddy, he retired from the Missouri State Fair. He was the Missouri State Fair maintenance director.
That is correct. He also went to work there when he was like 14 years old, so he's like the longest employee ever at the Missouri State Fair. They did a special article on him last year.
Oh, so well, that right there is what a great thing to be loyal.
Yes,
like loyalty. And then he has been married to your mom. Do you know how long they've been married? Because you said he is 86 and she is 79.
Yes, well over 50 some years.
Wow,
I can't do that math in my head since 64. So 50, 53. 63, whatever.
I'm not even going to try to do the math.
Long time.
Okay, girl, I've seen this TikTok. Oh my gosh, where this lady's on like, my parents are so proud of me for getting my master's, and then she pulls out her Hello Kitty calculator that's all rhinestones up, and she goes 8 + 7. Okay, and she's like, oh, my parents are so proud of me for getting my master's and stuff. And I'm like, don't ask me to do fast math or spell anything correctly. My husband swears that. Whenever spelling rules must have been going on, that I had some like high stress in my life or something, because
you don't remember the E before I.
Well, I've got that. I've got that, but like just some general spelling is not my. I have other strengths.
I was gonna say we all have our strengths.
I have spell check, and then I have David, and I'm like, are you sure? Because this looks right, but it's just not right. And then he's like, you really missed out on some spelling rules. So Dawn and Connie, and they've been married for forever, and they're in Hughesville, and they're farmers.
Yep, retired farmer.
So tell us, you had a job whenever you met Steve. You were a realtor?
I was a realtor.
A realtor. So am I saying that wrong? Because I say realtor, and you say realtor. Are we saying the same word, or am I messing it? I'm messing it up, aren't I?
No, and really, it's realtor.
Realtor.
If you want to the or at the end.
I'm gonna put my pinky in the air. Pinky in the air.
Yeah. So yes, I sold real estate well over 10 years, and tell you what, my hands go off to anybody still in the real estate field. It's really a roller coaster, you work your tail off, because you know what? You don't answer that phone, there's the next person down the road that's going to answer that phone.
I'm sure that it is very cutthroat.
It is.
Yeah,
it is,
because it's sales oriented, and you don't make income unless you make the sale.
Exactly, and you may show them 50 houses, and guess what? They didn't buy. They still can't find the right house.
So work. Yeah.
I was very lucky, though. I worked in the Namnoster, Warrensburg, Whiteman area. So the military was great to me.
Oh.
I learned and sold a lot from, sold the veterans a lot of homes.
Okay. All right. Well, and then they had all sorts of, surely there were different things available to help veterans get homes.
VA loans.
Okay.
Yes.
That's awesome. We have a boarding facility here, and one of our boarders is a veteran, and I know that she talked about using that and everything. So
it's a great program for anybody currently active or even retired from military.
So do you think that selling real estate helped you become the clothing store owner that you are now? So tell us about that journey.
Okay. I really do, because one, it's feast or famine. You have to be motivated. If you're not self-motivated, you're not going to make it. owning a business. You're not always going to have a good day. You may have a crappy day, but you still have to get up in the morning and start all over. And that's the main thing, is that day's done.
Yep.
Tomorrow's a new day, start fresh.
Well, I make personal planners, and the first thing that I fill out is it says day 1 instead of one day. Do you know how many people are like, one day I'm going to do this, one day I'm going to do that? And I just want to be like, zip it. And how about today be that one day? Change those words around and it will change your life.
You're exactly
Today
right.
is day 1. And it doesn't matter how many times you've failed, because every one of those failures educated you.
Exactly.
It didn't take away from you. It added to you. Your failures before added to you. It doesn't make you less. It makes you more.
Exactly.
You need to fail, because you're learning.
Exactly.
So it's okay. It's okay to fail.
It is.
So you said there was a book in there, or not a book in there. There was a book that you read when you were into selling real estate, and it said to do what?
It told me to journal and to think about what you wanted your life to be in 5 years. So that's exactly what I did. I wrote down, okay, you will be married. You will be married to this wonderful guy. You will own a clothing boutique. And I should have brought the journal with me, because fast forward, I met the guy of my dreams and I own a clothing boutique.
Okay, so tell us about the. So it was all about. You had to set that mental mindset right.
Manifest.
You had to manifest it. Do you know you're the second person this year in my life that's talked about manifesting? Yeah.
Yes. No, you have to. I'm a firm believer. Dream boards. Do you have a dream board?
I do not, but I have all sorts of other things. I write in my journal every day, or I write in my planner, and I have my large goal. I have a poster of my health goals, my home goals, and my personal goals.
That's a dream board.
Oh, okay.
If you have a poster.
Yeah, I have I have posters made, and I see them, and then I revisit them. I even have it in my daily schedule to revisit them. I have them visible.
Yes, you have to.
And whenever I have big stuff to do, okay, y'all can make fun of me. I don't care. But I've made additional copies of that poster. And I even put one in my bathroom before, and it was right there where I'm seated doing my business. And you read stuff whenever you're in a bathroom.
You do.
And
put the phone down.
I read those things every time. Oh my gosh! What you just said? Put your phone down.
Well, I didn't mean it like that.
No,
I was just like, when you go to the bathroom, you got your phone. You're scrolling. Put that phone down. Visualize your plans.
I seen a person one time that it was like a meme or whatever, and it was just like, "Oh, honey, look at all those likes and comments you got on social media. Don't get too far ahead of yourself, because most of them were done when somebody was on the toilet." You have to keep those things. You have to keep those things in perspective.
You do. I'm a big vision board person. Until we moved my office, my vision board was right there where I stared at it every day. Mm-hmm. And so that's just one thing I've learned throughout real estate. Really made me learn to goal and break down those goals. Mm-hmm. You set your sales goal, and how many sales of homes is it going to take me to get there? And the same thing with real estate. It's like, okay, I want to do this amount. So how much do I have to have monthly? How much do I have to have weekly, down to the day?
Yeah.
So,
boy, I would tell you, if people do whenever I break down my finances to how much I need to make a day, I have to break it down by week, because if I break it down by the day, it makes me have too much acid reflux, which I know the answer of what I have to make. Big dreams take a lot of, it's a lot of stress.
It is a lot of stress.
It's a lot of stress. You've got to be able to manage it. You've got to be able to find balance in your life. But
that's the big thing, balance. You can't just work. You have to balance it. Whether it's health or family or whatever your go away is to relieve all the stress. You can't just work.
No. Well, and you know what? I've seen several people's list of like, what does it mean to be successful? What does it take to be successful? And some of the most financially successful people in the world, one of their top 5s is that they vacation regularly. And it's just because you have to recharge. You cannot use your cell phone all day and then not plug it back in.
Exactly.
You have to plug yourself back in.
Exactly.
You know, to life. You know, what's the purpose of all of this working? It is to live. A lot of people forget to live. You know, what's the purpose? I mean, like, there's not on your tombstone, you don't want it to say, oh, she hustled and answered phone calls so good and was so organized in her notebooks and she sold a whole bunch of T-shirts. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have time for family, and remember that the career is so you can have time to do more with your family.
Exactly.
You know, and I love business. I love marketing. Do you know that I actually have an online goal setting group where people get to see my planner and me fill it out every day, and then I talk to them every day in addition to the planner. So that's my Big Boss Mare Goal Setting Sisterhood. It's only open to a very small amount of people, but now from that, I also have a Big Boss Mare. I'm starting to do business coaching because I had so many people that they need help and they want to do things and provide well for their family, and there was a need for it. Now, there's people that are way better than me. I have a business coach, but I can help them get it right and then help them improve or to connect them with the next level. But there's a lot of people that they're not equal to me, so I can help them get equal and then slingshot past me.
Well, and I think back to your cup that I bought outside, you're authentic. That's what I like about Brandy Von Holten. You don't like tie it all up neat in a can. That little F-bomb drops every so often, and that's what I love about you. You are authentic, and you don't apologize for it.
Oh, you know, that has bit me in the butt before.
You know what?
I mean, but I love it. You know what? Because, like, there's a reason why there's an unfriend button on social media. You know, when back in the day, before there was social media, I used to scratch people off with a Sharpie in a yearbook. That was how I unfriended them back then, or I'd delete their phone number. I'm not for everyone, and you're not for everyone.
Nope.
And you know what? There was people that even hated Mother Teresa, and they hate the Pope.
That's right.
You know what? You cannot be for everyone.
Nope. You get what you get. This is me.
Yeah. And you know what? The more that you find your people, the stronger you are.
Exactly.
You know, and trimming fat. Okay.
I like that. Yeah.
I do like to keep a little fat around me, but I trim the big pieces that are not good for you.
Yep.
And that
suck that living.
Oh, they
suck it out of you.
You know, I used to be worried about trimming fat, but now every time I trim fat, it cleans up the clients that I want. It cleans up what I allow in my life. In horseback riding, okay, whatever you allow that horse to do is what you expect that horse to do. And if you allow someone to disrespect you, then if you accept it, if you let it happen, then you want that.
Exactly.
Yeah, whatever you allow them is what you expect. So you really got to focus on what you allow to have happen in your life. If I allow people to disrespect me, then I want them to disrespect me, and that's not what I want at all.
No.
So cut, trim, and then here's the people that I want, you know. And then typically I have found that people that I have issues with, they've got issues with other people because I don't want to have issues with people. Yep. But whenever I do, I'm like, let me wash my hands right now.
Exactly.
I don't get mad. You think I would with my past life of doing full contact fighting, you would think I'd be like, rah, fee, fa, fo, fum. And I'm all like, nope, you don't exist.
That's the best way.
I walk away. Yeah.
Best way.
I don't have any kind of anger management problems. I know I can handle myself. I mean, I've fought in 5 countries. You know, I was glamour with the hammer. And
I love that. Glamour with the hammer.
I mean, I've taught martial arts. I did that for over 2 decades. And I was very successful. And I know how much it hurts to get hit Like, I'll never go there. That's defensive only. I'll use verbal judo, and I will ghost. I will become a ghost in someone's life.
Unfriend.
Yeah, goodbye. Have a wonderful life. You're just not in mine. You know what I mean? And it's got to be good for them because, having this person that they're always bickering with, like, I want their life to be better because I need them to, like, get out of mine. They need to go their own way, and it's just a wonderful thing. You don't have to be friends with everybody.
Nope.
So tell us about your store.
Okay, well, let's start with the name first. How about? Because
Shabby to Chic.
it can be a little misleading. Mm-hmm. The way I came up with the name Shabby to Chic, and I brainstormed forever, is I can be that shabby person, kind of like we were talking about, the, oh my gosh, kind of, I can be that shabby, but yet I can be too chic and go to the city or go out on the town. So that's why I took the shabby. I can be that T-shirt person, or I can be that chic, trendy, entrepreneur, office-looking person.
Well, there's so many different layers to a woman.
There is. Just like that onion. You peel it back, right?
Well, I wasn't going to go with onion. But yes, just like the onion, because I'm over here like, onions stink. Oh, and I can be stinky.
Yeah, come on.
Girl, I can be
cleaning
funky.
Those stalls, yeah.
But no, I was just playing with, like, I wasn't going to go with an onion. But, we used to do these cowgirl challenges here because there's so much more to the woman than whatever you get to meet me at in that part of my life. A lot of people put me into that category, and I'm all like, no. No category.
No, not when it comes to Brandy Von Holten. There's no category.
Well, look at you. I mean, you have children, and they love each other. Yes. And then, I mean, you went to college in accounting, and then you did real estate, and now, I mean, you're married to a farmer.
Yep.
And like I don't know. There's just so many different layers.
There is. I hadn't thought about that, but there is.
Yeah, you're so many different layers, and then your boutique is beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, like, I love going in there, and I'm always like, okay, your T-shirts go up to a 2X, and I can wear a 2X. I just have to be, because I'm McPlumpkin, okay?
Stop that.
No, I'm pretty. I know I'm pretty.
You're gorgeous.
I love who I am, but then I am plump, and so the 2Xs fit me, though.
Yes.
Sometimes, some things I wear in a 3X, but 2X is what fits me, and your 2Xs fit me. Because a lot of times, female 2Xs, it's like a medium, okay?
Well, and that's one thing about boutique clothing is it's not the normal small, medium, large, extra large.
Right.
You kind of have to look at each piece and kind of like, okay, or read the description on the website and see what we put. Does it run big? Does it run small?
Yep.
So,
I mean, whenever we order shirts, it is... I'll tell people, okay, David's a large in that, or David might be a medium in it. And then okay, my shirts, oh my gosh, my shirts go from an XL to a 3X. It depends on the make of the shirt.
Exactly.
What do you think that's all about? Like, just
the content.
Inconsistency or different? Yeah.
And then the content, are they a tri-blend? Or are they 100% cotton, and are they going to shrink?
What's a tri-blend? Oh, a
tri-blend. So like poly,
girl,
cotton.
I made it one word, tri-blend. Tri-blend. I was like, what's a tri-blend?
Tri-blend.
Hey there, country girl.
Blends. Sorry.
I was
like, slang, y'all.
Oh, I done learned something. Oh my!
And we learned how to edit a Facebook Live today. We're teaming up here.
Oh my gosh! Well, do you know? I told you that I have issues with spelling, even though I'm a McSmarty pants on paper, right? I look like I could be the dean of the college with all those paper, but then I'm all like, okay. I was with one of our interns, and I was like, dude, I skin up my knee. Okay, I was like,
skinned up your knee.
Skint, but I was like skint, skint,
skint,
and he was like, good Lord. He's like, I work for you. What? He was like, skint? And I was like, oh, it's skinned. SKINNED.
Yes.
But I thought it was, oh, girl, I did not realize.
You said you all a lot this morning.
Y'all.
And I'm like, okay, I'm not in Texas this week. I'm in Missouri.
Well, I was born in South Texas and then raised in Arkansas. I just moved to Missouri for the fighting. I moved here to train with a lady that had went to the Olympics. Her name's Terry Gautreaux. She's in Blue Springs.
Okay.
But I moved here for her, and then I met my husband and stayed.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
I thought you were like from North Missouri. Okay.
Oh no,
So,
I'm from South. I was Tex, almost Mex.
oh my.
That-
No
yeah.
wonder you'd like them spicy.
I love everything. Well, that's what you're around, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, and no, I was born like 30 miles above Mexico.
Oh my gosh.
And
okay.
then my family, my dad was a truck driver, and then he also was a farmer. But we did rice. Okay, girl, I worked in the rice fields.
That's hard.
Oh, it's not for a little girl to be working in the rice fields. I had to hold levy bags, and then the workers would fill the bags up, and then we would pick it up, and then because rice has to be like submerged.
Yes.
Has to be in. Yeah. Why do I know that? Everybody always thinks, oh, you're a rice farmer, and they would think it's like Asian.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
it was my family in Texas.
I had no idea.
Oh my gosh, we've done Yep, just layers.
Another layer.
Yeah, people don't know. They're like, oh, I thought you were from Missouri. Oh no, I'm from South Texas.
I did
Born
not
and
know
raised.
that. Okay.
Yeah, we moved to Arkansas when I was in 8th grade, and I was in Arkansas until I finished my second college degree. And then I came to Missouri and got my third college degree here at Warrensburg.
At UCM.
Mm-hmm. And it was CMSU when I started, but then whenever I graduated, it was UCM. So I was one of the people, I was like, oh, thank goodness it changed with me now, so I don't seem older.
Yes.
Oh, ha, ha.
Yes, because it took me forever. I was always
CMSU.
Yeah,
Central
CMSU.
Missouri State University, and now it's University of Central Missouri.
There you go.
And you know what? You know what's so weird is, their not logo, animal. What is
Mule?
No, but what is that called?
Their mascot.
Mascot. There we go. Their mascot's the mule. Well, both of my mules were in their parade for 150 years, so we got put in the Guinness Book of World Records.
How cool!
Coco and JoJo, my mules. And then JoJo is the first mule in the world to win the advanced division in mounted archery, even though there's other people that ride mules now, and there's one girl that's like really good. But in the competition that we were at, I won the advanced division, so I was the first in the world to win the advanced division. So I got a magazine cover of me shooting mounted archery from my mule, and then I graduated from that college.
Congratulations.
Like, what is that? It's
That's
such a
awesome.
what a weird combo.
Yes.
I mean, like, you couldn't project that.
No.
Couldn't project that in a 5-year plan. Be like, I want to ride my mule in a Guinness Book of World Records after I make it onto a magazine for doing mounted archery. I didn't start archery until 2017. And then, but I was good at hand-eye coordination from 2 decades of fighting.
I was going to say that wrestling, the fighting.
Well, it's all no wrestling. All just
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's stand-up fighting. I know it's weird to talk fighting to females that are not fighters.
Yeah,
I
don't get it. I kind of go to those twins on the WWE or whatever.
Oh my gosh!
I'm sorry.
Oh my!
I'm sorry.
Olympic Taekwondo, you would fight 3-minute rounds. Okay. And they have a point system. They have sensors on your feet, sensors on your chest protector, and you have to kick with so many pounds of pressure. You can't punch to the face, but you can kick them to the face, and you can knock them out. If you knock them out, it doesn't matter. You can have a technical knockout where they're still awake, but they're like, I want to go to Disneyland. Okay, so they're goofy.
Yes.
Or you can have a KO where they lights out.
They're out.
So you can have a TKO or a KO, and it doesn't matter what the points are. So it's full contact martial arts. And so that's what I did.
Oh my gosh. You're about ready to work me over here now, aren't you?
No.
Oh, geez.
No. I love that sport. I mean, it was so good for the team aspect for me, even though it was an individual sport. Okay, so I love that part.
Well, and like you said, the hand-eye coordination helped you then
transition to archery.
Yeah.
So 2017, what did I just talk about with 2000? Oh, that's whenever I started archery. Well, that's when I'd started archery, but that's when you opened your business.
That is correct. Yes. Yeah. 2017.
Yeah. Do you know we've been open at Von Holten Ranch? We started in 2014, so it's not even that long.
Yeah. No.
No?
When you're having fun and enjoy, it's not really work. You enjoy what you're doing, and time really passes.
Well, I will tell you, this was a lot of work. I think if we could look now, if we would have known how much work it would have been, I don't think we would have done it.
Really?
I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, like I gained 10 pounds a year for 6 years in a row. That's not even a pound a month. And then my husband, he needed his knees replaced before we started, but he was too young. He was 40. I mean, it was right before he was 40, and they're like, man, we can't do that until you're 40. Well, then we started this when he was 40. Well, then we gave up all of our good insurances and all that to do this, and man, we've trashed our bodies.
Yeah,
but now it's getting better. We're having problems keeping employees because it's a hard job.
Yeah,
it is and then whenever we have somebody not show up to do stalls, we have 94 covered stalls. Well, guess what? Those 3 college degrees are doing. They're cleaning stalls.
Cleaning stalls. Yes.
So, where do they find Shabby? Do you mail clothes? Can people order online?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us where to find it.
So the website is Shabby, the number 2, Chic Boutiques, plural.com.
So spell it. Spell it for us slow and good.
Shabby, SHABBY, 2 as in the number, Chic, CHIC, Boutiques, BOUTIQUES.com.
Okay.
And then we just revamped our whole app. And that is like the easiest way to shop and you just go to your Apple Store, your Google Play, whatever, type in Shabby2ChicBoutiques, look for the little white logo. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows our logo. And download that because you can watch our lives. We always do a live on Wednesdays of all the new arrivals. Mm-hmm. And you can shop that really easy just by clicking, tap buy. Or you can watch everybody loves the try-on videos. So that way you know exactly how it fits.
Oh, okay.
And that's the easiest way to shop is the app.
Well, you know what? I love the try-on in a video because, girl, okay, so you're a smaller lady. And I'm warm, okay? I'm warm.
You're average.
No. My weight starts with a 3. That's not average. I'm above average, girl. I'm an overachiever.
Well, I already knew you were an overachiever.
But you know what, though? Women get fat different ways. Somebody got a big old butt. Somebody might have thighs. Somebody might have a jelly belly. Somebody might have some big old kabooby-doos. Yep. You know? Or they might be tall and then evenly proportioned and then not have boobies. I mean, like, the try-on option is a big deal. Like, I don't mind showing people, like, whenever we have clothing here, mm-hmm. I'm like, here I am. Because I'm not that tall. I'm, like, a little bit under 5'7", but then, like, large boobies, big belly. But then I mean, everything else is big, but it's not crazy big. But my legs are more straight.
Right.
You know, I don't have a lot of hips.
Right.
But then, yeah, the try-on option is nice because people can see how their weight is proportionate, you know, exactly. Or how it is on them.
And styling-wise, you can see how we style that pair of jeans with that sweater or that mm-hmm. top or whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, the try-on videos are great.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And everybody always has insecurities like, oh my gosh, everybody, you know, so then you'll know if you need something to be looser in your belly, or mm-hmm. if you need extra room in the, you know, from the belly button down, you might, you know, whatever you need to cover up yourself. But you know what, ladies, I will tell you this right here. Every pot's got a lid. Exactly. You know, it might not be the lid that first came with that pot, but every pot's got a lid. You just might have to shop around for it.
Exactly.
So, like, man, if you think you are hideous, or if you're just like, I'm ugly, I'm whatever, you know what the most beautiful thing about a woman is whenever she has confidence.
Exactly. I agree with you.
I promise you, man, I've seen gorgeous women that might have a scar on their face. I've seen women with deformities, and then I've seen women that I'm like, wow. You're like, I couldn't find anything, you know, and all of us are a hot mess. But then, like, do you know, I posted a picture of myself in a bathing suit, and I was weighing in about 305. But, girl, You wouldn't have known it. I mean, like, I love that bathing suit. It was not a two-piece, but the bottoms and the top were separated, but it was like a tank top, you know, top.
And tankini?
Yeah, well, because I need the bottoms. If you see me with just the bottoms on, those things are hiked up all the way underneath my boobs, okay? Because then it kind of smooths out everything. Because I look like a capital letter B. Like, I've got a belly, and then it goes in, then I got a lower gut. Oh, my God. I had this special needs kid, because I used to be a school teacher, and he used to tell me, you look like a capital B.
B for Brandy.
Oh, I was like, I will give you detention. I do not care. If you're in the special needs program, you have got to have rules too, okay?
That's correct.
Oh, he was such a mean little kid, but then, like, we loved him to death. Yes. I mean, like, the kids gave me money, and we bought him Christmas gifts and stuff.
How sweet.
But that bathing suit, I mean, I rocked that bathing suit. It had some crunched up at the right spots, you know, and then the bottoms were black and the top was, you know, had some fabric, so I kept your eyes up there. And then I had a nice hat on. I had someone that I view as such a beautiful person, and she's much smaller than me, and she talked about how much that did for her to see. She's like, you're so pretty. And I'm like, you're prettier than me, ding dong. You know? But, like, it was just that little bit of confidence.
It's what's inside is what makes the woman. It's not the outside cover. It's the inside of the book of that woman is what makes it.
Well, and if you think that something is awful, girl, if you had some sassy attitude and a little bit of confidence, people are drawn to that. I mean, okay, so this is going to sound a little bit awkward, and my husband doesn't listen to most of my podcasts. It's probably a good thing.
Okay.
But I have never dated anybody that was ugly. I have always dated people where if you had to match us up, they've always been a little bit, like, hotter than what people would think that are in my league, but they're in my league. They are always been in my league because I've always had confidence, and I think that came from, like, the fighting, and I think it came from, you know, in heavyweight women fighting, my name was Glamour with the Hammer, okay? Like,
I love this, Glamour with the Hammer.
Well, I don't know. I've always had some self-esteem, but I've had to create that myself.
Well, and I think that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, because it doesn't matter what model you have. Model is in a car.
Right.
It matters that you get there.
Right.
And you relate that to your confidence. And that's the best part about my job is I get to make women smile.
Yeah.
And that's what I love the best is they may walk into that dressing room and have a frown on, then they walk out, they smile, and it's like,
they invest in themselves. You know, like, whatever your best foot forward is, it make you feel so much better whenever you've got, you know, a good outer shell.
Exactly.
You know, girl, if I want to feel pretty, I mean, I put a little bit of makeup on, so y'all don't come at me and be like, you don't need makeup to feel pretty. Okay, it makes me feel pretty. I wear makeup for me. Okay, but if I got a new pair of jeans on, and, you know, if I've got nice things on underneath, and then if I have a shirt that, well, for me, I feel the prettiest in an ironed shirt with a wild rag around my neck and my cowboy hat, and then if I have some saucy earrings on, I could battle the world in that outfit. You know
that's what makes you feel pretty or more confident.
Yeah.
And you're walking with that pep in your step.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's an investment in yourself.
Exactly. Yep.
So where can they find you, Kim?
I am located in Sedalia, just east of the fairgrounds, right on Highway 65, or you call it South Limit. I'm in the old John Deere building.
Okay,
How
so
ironic.
My clients are all over the world. They don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Shabby2ChicBoutiques.com.
Okay, Shabby2ChicBoutiques.com. So they've got you there, and then you're on Facebook?
We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We have that app. We go live every Wednesday when we drop our new arrivals on Wednesday. And then we've started having like flash sales on Thursday, under $25.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like getting stuff for under $25 too. Oh my gosh.
We do those on Thursdays. And then we have a mobile boutique. That's how you and I kind of met in a way. that I take all over the state of Missouri and set up at festivals.
Okay. And if you're in our town of Sedalia, if you're ever coming to Von Holten Ranch or whatever you're doing here, there's 2 highways. There's 65 and there's 50, and they make a cross. They make a T, okay? So she's on 65, and it's kind of like you're headed towards Von Holten Ranch if you're coming from I-70, okay? So you're going away from I-70, and the fairgrounds, so whenever you see that prison in the middle of town, okay, which is not a prison.
The beautiful brick buildings with
is.
the fence around the
Oh, my
grounds.
gosh. And some of them are built in the early 1900s and stuff.
The Coliseum.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
That's her building is right there. So if you're ever here for like the state fair, or if you're here for anything that's on the fairgrounds, I mean, you've got to go check this place out. Currently, what days are y'all closed on?
We're closed Sunday and Mondays, so we're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 6.
Okay, 10. Wow, it's just so easy.
It's so easy.
Your hours
so easy.
Yeah, that's wonderful. We just started taking Tuesdays off. This is our 8th year open currently, and we didn't have a day off. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. So we started taking Tuesdays off. We've only had 2 of them open now, or 2 days off now.
Oh.
Well, 2 Tuesdays.
Okay.
We're just new at it, and we're like, we will now guard this with our life.
Yes. That's kind of like my Sundays.
Oh, yeah.
Because that is my day with Steve. If he's not in the field, then that's our day to go check cattle or go eat somewhere nice. That's our day. And I think that's important.
Yeah. Hey, with your name, the Shabby2Chic Boutiques, how do they know it's you? Because like with the S, I take it that there's a Shabby2Chic Boutique. Well, without the S.
You know, that whole manifestation that we talked about?
Yeah.
I knew I was going to have more than one, so why mess with singular, do plural?
Well, you already got more than one. You got the mobile and you got the brick and mortar.
Right.
Okay, so that was...
But our logo, you're going to know our logo. Our logo is kind of got the metal letters with lights in it, and then a mannequin with the crown on it, and angel wings. I have a thing for angel wings.
Okay. All right. And if you ever can't find her, you just contact Brandy and be like, hey, that Kim lady that's got that clothing store. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, here you go. I can help them direct there.
And vice versa. If you can't find Von Holten Ranch, just let me know.
Yeah.
We can direct you out here.
Yeah. Big Boss Mare with Brandy Von Holten. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all have a wonderful time. We'll see you next time here on Big Boss Mare with Brandy Von Holten.